People, I hope you all are doing great. Welcome to the channel. So, in the last video, we learned how to establish MySQL connection in Talend. In this video, we are going to learn. Let me explain you the scenario. This is my file, okay, it's containing 4 columns with respective data. So, I want to load this data in MySQL with a table name. Table name can be anything. Like I'm going to choose new table. All right. So, at present, last video, I told you that for all the operation of Talend in MySQL, I'm going to use this database. Okay. And at present, there is no table in this database. So first, I'm going to create table in this database with my respective data. Let's just go back to Talend. I'm assuming that you know how to establish connection. What is the use of metadata connection? Let me explain you. Okay, give a quick recap. Like if I'm using a database, that my MySQL database in 10 jobs. Okay, if I will not create metadata connection in this repository section, then all 10 places of 10 jobs I need to provide credentials again and again. Okay, but when we create connection metadata, then creation of this connection is one time, but we can use multiple jobs at multiple sub jobs within this project level. So this is the power of metadata connection. I hope this is very clear to you. Now, what my requirement is that I have selected my file, respective file. Okay. If you don't know how to select my repository files from repository, then link provided in the description. You can go and check that video. Full on that is file components. Okay. Now, next thing is that I want to load data, right? For loading, I need output component because ETL is all about extraction, transfer, and load. So when I want to load some data from Talend, then I need to use output component, and it is my MySQL databases. That's why I chose the MySQL output. All right. So you see this name. Just hit enter. After this, you will be populating TDB output. It will display TDB output, but don't be confused because in this bracket you will found your respective database name. Okay, if it was like Oracle, then Oracle will be written here. Okay, now next thing is that okay, component is selected, but for connecting to your MySQL you need connection, right? So for that we have two options in property type. First one is built-in. Built-in means that you see every field is editable, so we need to provide our details in manually. But as I told you, this is not the best practice. So I'm just going with the repository because I have created my connection repository. So I'm going to use that. Why to provide credentials again. So I'm going to use this. It will populate all my field. It is non-editable. Non-editable, when I will try to edit this field, it will populate me two options. First, change to built-in property. As I told you, in built-in, we need to provide all manually. But we don't want that. If you want something to update, change, then just go back to your repository connection and update there. It will reflect to your 10 job. What I mean here that this is my connection, right? This connection being used in 10 jobs. But someday, they told me that, yeah, database name is going to change, so you have to change database in every job. So what I will do, I will go to this metadata connection and I will just rename whatever database they are providing me to change. I will just provide there and will hit enter. When I will change here, it will reflect all the changes in my all jobs. Okay. So I don't need to go in every job and then change my database. I did at one place and it will reflect everywhere. So this is the advantage of metadata. Now coming back to the point, property type, I hope this is important clearly. So all my fields populated here. Now important thing is that first, this is table field. So if you're inserting table, then you need to provide your table name, which with like table name, what you need to going to insert with a name. If you want to update also, then you need to provide your table, like which table you are going to update. If you want to delete also, then which table you are going to delete or from which table you are going to delete data. Now there are two actions on table and data. So on table, if you want to create, you want to drop, you want to clear, you want to truncate. So every option is available here. So for creating, best thing is always use create table if does not exist. Okay. We have a simple create one also option, but let's use this one. Now on data, in data, like we want to insert, update, what delete, replace what. So we will be studying every other options very in detail. Don't worry. In this video, I'm going to just explain you insert one. So I'm going to insert data, as you know. Now, as you know that when we create, some table in MySQL, then we need to provide column names plus its type and its limit plus its which is primary key, which is nullable. If you are good with MySQL, then you will be understanding it. Okay, this is the basic of MySQL. Similarly, we can do here also in the schema. Just click on the edit the schema. This is my column name and this is the column. Key column is for setting your columns as a primary key. So when I will select this code as a key, okay, it will populate my key icon. That means it is now primary key. Okay, now you can see the type. It is data type with your Talend. It is data type of your respective database. Like I'm working in the MySQL, so it will reflect that database type here. Okay. Now this is nullable column. Like, let me uncheck this. It is unchecked. That means these 4 column cannot be null. Okay. If I check this, that means this field can be null. So I am providing like which can be null, which cannot be. So with the help of this, you can set now length. Let this code column can accept only 3-digit value. This name field can only accept 7-digit value. Similarly, these 2 fields also. Okay, now next important one is this default one. Okay, so this is default. Like in case you accept null value, then what you are going to provide as a value? This is default value. Okay, so this will be your default. If you are just leaving it blank, then your MySQL it will populate as a null only. Okay, so suppose salary, if it is null, then what do you accept? Like 0, in age 0. Okay, for example. So these were the important columns. Okay, these are the comments you want. It's optional. So let's just, we did all the important parts for loading your data in your MySQL. At present, we have no table. Let me just run this job and let's check what will happen. Okay, so I will, show you like in MySQL also your column details. Let me refresh it. Arrow populated on table section. That means my table has been created. Now, first I will just, describe table name. Table name, it will tell you all your properties of your table. Like these are the fields of your table. These are the types of, and there is written 7. 7 means it can accept only 7 length because in Talend we provided in schema here as a 7, right? So now moving next, primary key as a code. We selected primary key as a code, so that's why key. Now you see here the default value. We selected 0 for this and for this, so it is populating here also. Now nullable column. No, 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 no. Means these columns cannot be null. So this way we provide properties of a table through Talend, which we usually do from query in MySQL. So that if you feel that is a hectic part, you can use Talend because Talend will provide you every best feature for your easy mint. Now I will just show you the data also. Here is my data. Okay. So I hope this is clear to you how to insert data. Okay. You can try other things also like multiple columns, multiple property or multiple primary key in this schema. You can modify you can experiment with this schema and check out what will be the result. So I hope you learned something new. Thank you for watching my video. Keep learning. Stay safe.